So in the Amazon Influencer Program, it's important that the videos you've made in the past continue to stay available so people can watch them and hopefully buy stuff and then you make commissions. But sometimes what happens is over time, those videos can become broken in one of three different ways, either overtagged, untagged, and unavailable. And if a video becomes broken that you made, it cannot make you any more money. But you can oftentimes revive those videos and turn them from a non-making money video back into a money-making opportunity again. So I'm going to explain to you how to find the broken videos on your storefront. I'm going to explain to you what each of those three broken video types are, and then what you should do about those whenever you find them. Because look, I want to Lazarus these things. I want to make these come back from the dead, and I want to make money off of them. Now, if you don't know, my name is Rob. I've been in the influencer program for 2.5 years, and I am here sharing my tips, tricks, and advice. These are things that I've learned along the way, both good and bad, to hopefully help you make more money in the Amazon influencer program. So if that sounds good to you, like it's in your wheelhouse, please consider hitting the subscribe button here. And if you get halfway through this video and find it's actually helpful, then maybe also hit the like button too, or just do it. Like, what are you waiting for? Just help your boy out. I do think that I am your Amazon influencer guy. Okay, so first let me show you how to find which of your videos on your storefront are actually broken so that we can fix them. So you can do this one of two ways. You can either go through videos manually and click each product one at a time, and whenever they open up in a new tab, if it's listed, if it has a price, etc. But to be honest, it's going to take way too much time. Nobody ever does that, which is actually why I created this particular function, because people kept asking me to do this. The other way to do this is through the Storefront Health Check through the Oink for Influencers extension. So all you have to do is you click this, and once you click this, it is going to give you a list of every broken video that's currently on your storefront. Now, I have over like 3,000 videos, I think, on my storefront right now, but I have over 600 unavailable videos that are broken right now. And look, these aren't making me any money. They're not making me any money. All these, nothing making me money. And then at the bottom, I got like another 70-something untagged videos. So these are all videos, even though I have 3,000-something videos on my storefront, like over 700, maybe close to 800, are not able to make me any money. And you're going to be surprised how many on your list are also broken, not making you any money either. So now that we know how to find which of our videos are broken, let's talk about each of the three types of broken videos. We have them right here: untagged, overtagged, and unavailable. Let's start with the untagged first. An untagged video is whenever you create a piece of content, usually a video, but you could do other stuff, and you tag the product at one point because that product existed. But at some point over time, the brand just kills off the product listing. It's gone. It doesn't exist. You can't find it anywhere. You can't click on anything to get to it. All you have left are the bones, the skeleton of the video that you made, and the title that you had for that particular video. You made the video. It can't make you any money anymore because it's not connected to any particular product. It's dead, and you can't make it. You're stuck. So what we want to try to do in those situations is determine, well, what was this product, this thing that's no longer tagged, and see if we can find another product, the exact same product on Amazon, either relisted by that same seller, or maybe somebody else is selling the exact same product, because a lot of these products are sold by multiple different sellers. It's the exact same product every single time. And so that's what we want to do with the untagged, is we want to look at it and try to figure out, like, can we tag something else here? Now, what you would normally do in this particular case is you can click the video title right here, which is going to open this up in a new tab. Oh, not that one right there. It's going to look something like this, right? Now, on an untagged video, this won't exist because this is my tag video for or my tag product for something else. So on an untagged, where the listing doesn't exist anymore, this is all going to be blank. So all you have left to try to figure out what this product is this video that you made and maybe the title here, and that's it. Now with untags, these are the hardest of the three type to fix, although they are still fixable. So typically what I'm going to do is I'm going to watch my video, try to get an idea of what this is and a general description, and then maybe I'll go to Amazon and type in what I think it might be matched to. That's the first thing, right? The other thing that I'll sometimes do is I'll take my phone and I'll turn the I'll go to the Amazon app and use the Amazon AI lens thing and see if the Amazon app, by me focusing on a still picture, can determine what that product is and find a match for that on the app, which also works sometimes too. Now, I will say that once you have exhausted those two options, and this is specifically for untags because they are the hardest of the three to actually fix, once you do those, I would not spend more than a minute and a half on each one of these before I move on from it. If I can find something to retag it to, and again, it needs to be the exact same product, but if I can't find something else to tag it to within a minute, minute and a half, I'm just simply going to move on. And that's what untagged videos are, and that's how you fix it. So in those cases, what you would do is if you can fix it, you're going to select fix. And if you just want to get rid of it, if you can't fix it, you want to get it out of the list, you don't want to see it anymore, it's unfixable, simply click hide and it'll remove it from the list. So that's what untagged videos are and how to fix them. Now, the second type of broken video are overtagged videos. And these are a bit unique because they're broken because they're actually getting punished slightly by Amazon because you've tagged too many products on them. We have seen that Amazon tends to punish videos that have more than 3 product tags on them. And they restrict carousel visibility if you have more than 3 tags. So when you're running your list, anything that appears in the overtagged column is technically still live. Like it's still a video that exists, but it is being restricted by Amazon as far as carousel visibility. Now, I don't currently have any of these on my list because I fixed these a long time ago, but here's what you're gonna wanna do. Whenever you find anything that's currently overtagged, you're simply gonna go over and you're gonna click the edit icon for that overtagged video. And you're gonna go to a page that looks something like this. Now, you're going to see everything that you have currently tagged. You're going to see multiple things tagged. That's how it got into this list to start with. And so what you want to do is you want to try to narrow down that tagging down to 3 or less products. So you want to start getting rid of anything that says unavailable, anything that looks blank, anything that just looks funky and broken. Get rid of those first. And then what you want to do if you still have too many is look at each of the remaining products that are there. And oftentimes what I'll do is I'll actually click the US button here and look at the actual listing and see out of the 5 remaining, which ones are actually selling the most? Like, because I'll just keep the ones that have the highest sales on the page. If none of them really stand out, maybe you go with like whatever has the highest review rating or something like that. You know, you want to make sure that you're keeping the actual correct products, right? You don't want to just be tagging stuff for the sake of tagging stuff. But that's how I fix the overtags. Get it down to 3 tags or less. This is also a place where you can use the parent ASIN sometimes to get you some extra coverage. If you tagged 10 products and you're trying to tag every size and color of something or whatever, you can actually get rid of most of those and implement the parent ASIN system that we talk about within Oink, and that will basically give you more coverage. Of course, you still want to make sure the primary product is tagged, but you can also secondarily then tag the parent. But that's what an overtagged video is. So it is a video you've made where you've tagged more than 3 products, which is probably restricting its visibility on Amazon, and all you have to do is simply whittle those down to 3 tags or less. Slight caveat here. I check every product on my overtagged before I fix them because there are some nuanced situations where a video can have more than 3 products tagged in it and you're still getting visibility. So check each video first. Actually go to the listing page. So in this particular case, I'd go to the listing page, like, you know, something like this, and I'm going to look in the carousel. I'm going to see, do I already have visibility on the page? If I don't have any visibility on the page, fix your overtagging. If for some reason you actually do have visibility on the page and you see yourself on there, even though it's overtagged, just leave it. Just leave it alone. It's fine. It's a nuanced situation, but that's what an untagged video is. Or I'm sorry, that's what an overtagged video is, and that's then how to fix it. So now that we've done untagged and overtagged, I want to get into the unavailable. Okay, so now let's talk about the unavailable videos, and these are going to be the bulk of your results that are currently broken. Now, first, let's talk about what an unavailable video is. An unavailable video is something like this one right here, where the listing still exists, but it's currently not priced. It's not available for sale. And in fact, if we actually look at that particular product, we can see it actually says currently unavailable. Now, a currently unavailable can mean one of a couple of different things, right? It could mean that they had an inventory issue or they're just currently out of stock and it's not available. That's a possibility here. But most of the results that you're going to see are actually products that are not coming back. It's not an inventory issue. It's not a stock issue. It's that this particular listing is changed or moved or just simply deactivated. But these are also going to be your highest potential of reviving these from the dead and tagging them to a different listing. So here's what you should do whenever you are seeing your untagged. So you have your list right here. You're going to click through each one of these. You actually click the video title one at a time. Don't worry about the edit on this on the unavailables. The quickest way to do the unavailables is going to be through the actual video title. So we're going to go through, and you guys, I know, are going to laugh at my video titles. It's currently unavailable. It is what it is. Don't be a hater. And so you're going to click through each one at a time, and it's going to end up opening up a page that looks like this. And it's going to take us to this, where you can see the unavailable product that is currently tagged. And so what we're going to do now is try to find, is this product listed still on Amazon, whether it's from the same seller or from a different seller. So the first thing you're going to want to do is actually click the unavailable product itself, like I've done here, which opens that in a new tab. So we can see if is it currently priced. Now here's where I want to interject something important, that sometimes you're going to see a product like this that is not tagged, and then whenever you click it, it's going to take you to a product that is not priced, and it's going to take you to a product that is priced. And you're going to go, well, that doesn't make any sense. This actually is available. But if this doesn't have a price currently, and then you end up on a listing that does have a price, that means that that listing is basically being forwarded. Sort of like you forward phone numbers. You'd call one number to take you to something else. These are forwarded ASINs. And so that's why what you're seeing now is price. So technically, you have on your storefront a video that has an unavailable tag. Now, what I typically do in these particular cases, if it has been forwarded, is one, similar to what we did before, is I'm going to look and see if my video is showing up on the page somewhere. Even though I'm not tagged to the actual one that's priced, a lot of time the forwarded ASINs will carry over your video to the forwarded product. So if I have visibility in these particular cases, again, where it's not priced here, but I click it and it takes me to a priced product, if I have any visibility on the page, I'm probably just going to leave it alone. I don't want to mess with that. I'm just going to leave it. Yes, I would like to have it fixed at some point, but I also don't want to mess with my visibility. Now, if I'm the only video on the page, I'll probably just go ahead and fix it and update I'd go back to the actual edit page and actually update it to the price product correctly, because even if I lose my spot, I'm coming right back to it. Nobody else is currently there. But if it's a really busy product page, there's a lot of other videos on there, I just don't want to lose my spot. So I'm probably just going to leave it. But if I come here and I've got no visibility whatsoever, everybody else is there, everybody else is having a good time, but my video is not showing up, I'm fixing that one in a heartbeat. So in that case, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to this, right where we saw this. I'm going to click this icon right here, which is going to take me to the edit page. And whenever I get to the edit page, it's going to populate here, and I'm going to remove the old one that's going to say currently unavailable, and I'm going to replace it. I'm going to go to my add/edit products, and I'm going to retag it probably through the recently browsed section there and update it. Because look, I wasn't getting any visibility anyways, so I would rather have an updated video with an updated ASIN and try to get some visibility now versus having an outdated ASIN and not getting any visibility in that particular case. So that's the first thing. That's, again, a situation where you come here, no price, leads you to a price that's normal, that's forwarded. Check and see if you have any visibility on the page. If you do, probably just best to leave it and don't update the tagging. If you don't have any visibility in these cases, in that case, probably what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and remove the bad tag and update to the new tag. Now let's go to the next type of unavailable. Now the next type of unavailable that you're going to see is the truly unavailable, and these are the ones that we are targeting to fix. Those last one, there's really nothing to technically fix because it's being forwarded to the new updated listing, but a true unavailable is not going to have a price here, and then you're going to click it and it's going to take you to this page where it doesn't have a price here. So now what we want to do in these particular cases is track down, does this same product exist on Amazon for either the same seller or another seller? And here's my process here. One, I'm going to click on the brand name first and see if whenever it takes me to the brand page, because the brand page oftentimes will have all of their current products listed. I'll look there to see if this exists and it's currently priced. If it is, I'm immediately going to update my video. I'm going to go back to here. I'm going to click this. I'm going to go to the edit page and I'm getting rid of the old one, because that means that it's not being forwarded. They created a totally different listing altogether. And so I want my video to have that updated listing in that particular case. So I'm getting rid of the old tag, updating to the new tag, right? If there's nothing on the brand page here itself, what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to copy this word for word, and I'm going to go back up to Amazon and I'm going to paste this into the search bar. A lot of times, this is actually a pretty good trick. I shouldn't say a lot of times. Oftentimes, you'll find that if that product has been relisted by that seller, even if it's not on the brand page, it's going to have the exact same title. So that's a really good way to do it, is use the exact same title, go over and just dump it into Amazon real quick and see if you get any results that match the product that you're currently doing, right? Those are the two primary ways you're going to end up fixing this particular problem. Sometimes you can go back to the Amazon Lens AI thing in the app, not nearly as reliable as the two methods that I showed you here. Typically, if it's going to be something you can retag, it's going to be through one of the two things that I just said. It's going to be either through checking out the brand page itself or using the actual title itself and searching by that. Those are where I fix most of my videos. If I can't find it there, to be honest, I'm really not probably doing much else with it. I'm not going to spend a lot of time. Same thing as before. If I can't find it within a minute and a half, I'm just going to accept it is what it is and move on. If I can fix it, I'm going to mark it as fixed, so it removes it off the list. And if I can't fix it, I'm going to mark it down as hide. But this is a situation where this is a true unavailable, and these are the best that you have, best chance you have to fix. It's no price here, leads you to no price here. We want to try to find to retag it and see if we can revive this one also. Now, sometimes what's going to happen is you're going to click on a video title like this, and then it's going to take you to a page, and you're going to see, wait a minute, it's priced here. You know, before we saw it wasn't priced, but now sometimes you're going to see actually the tagged product is priced. Why? Why does it say unavailable if the actual product is priced? Well, that's because at the time that you did your last full storefront check, which sometimes people don't do except for like once a week, it's possible that some of these products that showed as currently unavailable at that time came back on the market, and that's where you're usually looking at like stock or inventory issues. So don't be surprised if you run into a few of these where as soon as you click on the video title, it's going to open up something like this, and you'll see it already is priced. Here's what you do. Move on. It's done. It's fixed. There's literally nothing else you need to do with it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to my list, and I'm just going to mark it simply as fixed, and I'm going to go to the next one on the list. Now, I'm seeing something new over the course of the last couple of weeks, and I wanted to show you this example as well, where if you tag parent ASINs, it's sometimes, see, if this parent ASIN wasn't here, there'd be nothing else tagged. And this would actually end up being an untagged video, right? Because there nothing exists. But because there is still a parent on here, it's showing up as a currently priced product. But we know, one, it's showing up in our list as unavailable. But two, we need to actually tag an actual product here in this particular case. Even though here it says all tagged products are available, no changes needed. When it comes to the parent, that's not true. We still want to update this. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to click the actual product itself. I'm going to open that up in a new tab, and I'm going to pick one of the actual products that I need to in order to tag this one directly. So then I'm going to go back here. I'm going to click the edit icon, and I'm going to add that specific tag so that way there is an individual direct tag to a product, and then the parent still remains on there. So don't be surprised sometimes if you jump in and you see just the parent ID itself. In those cases, 100% of the time, you want to still go back and add the direct product, one of the direct products underneath this. So just click this, let it take you to the new tab where the product is at, and then select one of the products underneath it to tag directly. After that, all you got to do is you're going to come back, you're going to mark it as fixed, and we're moving on. So there's a couple of questions that people have in regards to the retagging process, because we're looking for the exact same product. But we also sometimes will see situations where it'll be the product that you can retag is the same product, but maybe it's a different color. And the question for me is, would you still tag that? And in those situations, I would, because to me, probably what happened there is the color that you had was actually already on that particular product, and they just removed your specific color. But you still have that exact product outside of that particular variation, right? So same for me if it was like a small shirt versus like a large shirt. If they ran out of large shirts, it's the same shirt. Would I tag an extra large? Sure. So if you run into a situation where the only option you have to retag is a different variation of the exact same product, I would do that. Obviously, take it on a case-by-case basis, but if it's literally the exact same product with the exact same specs and it's like just a different color or a different size of something, I would retag in those situations to that new listing. And something else that I have seen too of sellers trying to basically move all their pieces around is if you click, when you're trying to fix the unavailables and you click on the brand title here, it takes you to the brand page. Sometimes there is no brand page anymore, or it's just, and there's just nothing there useful. But what I've seen from time to time is then whenever I take the title and I search for it, I'll actually find that exact same product listed by that exact same brand, because not only did that brand actually create a new listing, they created a new brand page for themselves too, which is why whenever I click this, it didn't show me anything. So don't be surprised if from time to time that you end up running across a product through the title search itself that ends up being an exact match to the one you already had listed, and it's actually from the exact same brand. They just just literally rebooted and redid the product listing and redid their brand page too. And I think that it's worth reiterating here that before you make any changes to any of the tagging, so if you find something that's broken and you have an opportunity to retag to something that is viable and actually active, then typically I'm going to look at the product listing first and look for the visibility. If I'm already on the page that's quote unquote broken, if I'm looking at different products that are currently on this list right here, and I'm clicking through the videos and the videos, and even though they're broken, they're leading me to a page where I do have visibility. Even though I would really prefer to have all my videos have updated ASINs, if I'm still getting visibility, like on the forwarded situation or the overtagged situation or even the unavailable situation, I'm probably just going to leave that particular video as it is, and I'm going to mark it as a hide. Most cases, you're going to want to make those updates, but you don't want to mess with visibility. And so if you find yourself on a page that has a lot of competition and you're still getting visibility, it's best to just leave it. If you find you have visibility, but nobody else is there, there's no competition, in those cases, I'm probably going to update to the new listing, but certainly just use your own judgment on how you want to proceed with that. Now, on the Storefront Health Check, what happens if you want to later revisit a video that you marked as hide? All you have to do is you click the Show All button and then scroll down to the bottom, and anything that you marked as hide will repopulate at the bottom down here in red. Now, if you marked it as fixed, the extension assumes you never want to see it again unless it becomes unavailable again later. So that won't repopulate. But if you wanted to pull back something, if you accidentally clicked hide, then all you have to do is do the Show All. And what you could actually do, you can actually go back down here and you go through the exact same process as you would have before. You can click these and see if you can actually fix it again. And if not, just simply go back up to the top if you don't want to see those anymore and do this. Now, here's the last thing that I'm going to leave you with. Whenever you are making these updates and you're going through and you're updating a bunch of your videos, well, a couple things. One is this will get faster for you. The process will get faster for you as you become accustomed to it. To be honest, after you get through about 10 or 20 of these, and you're trying to spend only about a minute to a minute and a half, you'll get faster on this as you go, and you'll sort of be able to go like, all right, I'm done with this one. I couldn't fix it. Move on to the next one. So you'll be able to get better at this as time goes on. At first, you might feel like it's a little bit clunky process for you because you feel like you're missing something or you're trying to overthink some things. And just don't. If you can't find a match fairly quick, just move on to the next one because you will find more matches eventually that way. The other thing is, as you're going back through and you're fixing all of these videos that you've already created, what we need to do this at some point is we need to do another store fetch, right? Because we're removing old ASINs and we're implementing new ASINs onto the videos. And so in order for creator connections to really work correctly, we always want to make sure we're checking the most up-to-date ASINs in our storefront. And since we've added a bunch of new ones in, we want to update our storefront fetch. So on any particular day, after you go through and you update a bunch of videos, I highly recommend go back up here, do your storefront fetch, and do your clear shop ASINs to start over completely. That's going to get rid of everything, and then do fetch storefront ASINs. That's going to go through your storefront again and get everything that you already had, plus the new stuff that you tagged. Because look, I saw one today. I was working on one. It had a 35% creator connections commission on it, and it was dead. And I revived it. So I'm just like, I got to do a storefront fetch because I need to be checking for these things a lot. So make sure that whenever you're going through and you're making changes, then maybe the next day, the next morning, go through the clear shop ASINs process and then refetch. That way, the next time you check your creator connections for your storefront, you're checking the most up-to-date ASINs that you currently have on videos that are actually active and viable. So let me leave you with this. And this is where I really want to drive home the importance of keeping up with your broken videos, right? Is that I always talk about how important it is for you as an Amazon influencer to constantly be working on your product pipeline, getting products in pretty consistently so you can continue to make more and more videos. But if you can revive videos you've already made from the dead, turn them from non-earning videos back into earning videos, that's just as good, if not better, than working to get new products coming in your door. Because one, the videos are already created, and you can revive these sometimes with like a minute's worth of work, sometimes 30 seconds on some of these things. And turning something that's not able to make you money into something that can make you money now is going to end up boosting your Amazon influencer commissions. It's just going to, because some of them aren't going to be selling, and that's totally fine, but some of them are. Like I said, that 35% creator connections commission rate, it was already selling per month. And now I am back in the running to get a little bit of piece of that myself. So it is important to stay up with your storefront. You need to be working on this, and it's going to be a work in progress. One more thing maybe worth mentioning is, as you're clearing it out, start with your overtagged first. They're the easiest to fix because you're just reducing your number of tags down to 3 or less. Once you're done with that section, you probably will never see another over tagged again, because as you're making more videos going forward, you're going to know I shouldn't be tagging more than 3. So those are low hanging fruit for you to fix. And it will give Amazon the signal to, okay, these are okay to go ahead and put back in the carousels. So that's the first one. Secondarily, what I would do is work on your unavailables. Go through those, because those are going to get you the most bang for your buck. The majority of those, I should say, that's where you're going to find the biggest bulk of videos that you can revive. And so do that second. It's also going to be your longest list as well. And then third, that's where I'd go down and do the untagged videos. I said this earlier, that those are the hardest to recover, because you don't even know what the original product listing was, and you're using just what's in the video in the product title or the video title that you gave it to try to track that down. And to be honest, a lot of those you may not be able to tag, and that's totally okay too. And I work on this every single day. And again, the over tags, you'll never see them again. But unavailables, you need to keep up with this. The storefront health check is something you need to be checking a couple times a week, because even if you clear this list, something else is going to become available before long. And you need to make sure that as soon as you see that happen, that you can take action on it, and don't let it build up to over 600 videos like I have done here. And now I have to go back through and click all these. But I hope that this was helpful for you guys in understanding, one, why broken videos are so imperative to fix, and how powerful they are to be able to recover them. Two, what the 3 different types of broken videos are. It's going to be the untagged, the overtagged, and the unavailables. And then how to go through the process of fixing each of these 3. So thank you guys very much. The storefront health check is a free part of the Oink for Influencers toolkit to access, and free users can access the untagged video section. If you are a pro subscriber, you'll have access to the unavailables and also the overtagged there as well. And if you don't have the Oink for Influencers extension, I'll put a link down in the description below. But please be working on your storefront health checks. A healthy storefront is a storefront that gives you the best chance of earning commissions. Thanks y'all so much. We'll see you on the next video. As always, peace out.